G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So today jumping into Go Battle League. So I've got most of my games saved, so I'll link to that playlist now and you can check out my battles in the Ultra League. So Season 2, Rank 8, 2139, so sort of have stalled here. Have not been able to push up past this. And whether that's my poor play or the team selection, probably a bit of both, to be completely honest, and not being able to adapt to some of the new meta that's come out. So it's probably the worst of that is Obstagoon. It just absolutely wrecks my team. So I'll jump in to Ultra League. So I've got Lapras, and Cresselia. So I think actually what I'm going to do is swap the Alolan Muck. So this is questionable for the Giratina. And we'll see how we go. So my Giratina is running Ghost, Fast Move, and then Dragon and Ghost Charge move. So it should be okay. Let's jump in, we'll see how it goes. So obviously the Obstagoon is going to triple resist those ghost moves. So this is probably not. If I was going to run, Giratina probably needs to be running. So this is not ideal for me at all. So what I want to do is, so I'm going to switch into my Giratina here because I want my so ideally I want that matchup to be my Cresselia against the Cresselia against the, so obviously they're not going to use the Poliwrath. So obviously they're not going to use Superpower here, so chances are they're either going to Earth, so they could have Outrage, this could be Outrage, but the lick damage is absolutely immense, as you can see. They did save up for quite a long time. I'm going to risk it here, and it is the Earthquake, so it could be Outrage or Earthquake, and I mean that's fine. As you can see, it does a lot of damage. And actually there, probably what I should have done is shielded that up, just because obviously I would really like to win Switch here. So I will just keep on chipping away here, and we'll see how we go. So they've got no reason to bait here, I don't think. So I got to 2. I will actually shield this up and we'll see if we can get to another one. I'm really hoping, oh, and it is the Body Slam bait, so that's brutal. So I'm not going to be able to get to another one. Or maybe I can. Yes, I can get to another one, so that's interesting. So they are obviously over farming a whole lot here, and they have shielded. So now we're on equal shields, which is fine. And then, so the question is, so they've got Earthquake obviously in the bag here. So what I'm going to do is just farm this down, and I'm hoping it doesn't get to a charge move. It does. I am going to shield because I do think it is the Earthquake that's going to come through. Oh man, they've baited me twice with Body Slam. Absolutely brutal. And I fully expect the Poliwrath to come out here, so that's not ideal for me because they've got a Muck here. But what I can do is straight up Moonblast, and then they will be, obviously, they're going to be, oh wow, so no shield there, interesting. So if I can, they seem to get to that Dark Pulse really quickly. It's interesting. Super effective, so another one of those. Oh, so don't know what's going on here, so hopefully I can get there first. Apparently I can't, even with the little extra bit of energy I got, so I really needed to shield up that first, really needed to shield up the first Earthquake there from Cresselia, so it got the debuff there, so that's good for me. Let's see if I can get to another one. I cannot. So I'm going to throw straight into Surf here. because obviously that thing's got a whole lot of energy, and I don't know whether this is going to be enough to take it out. It's not, so it's going to be able to throw its energy as well. This is going to be a dynamic punch, and this is basically going to take me out. So yeah, not ideal. 2 baits on the Giratina for body slam, and that's what lost me the game, shielding up those 2. So this is GG's right here. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, game over. So the only possible way to win is if they lag out, which they have not, and then that's good game. So those 2 baits were just poor play on my part. I should have let it go, but you live and you learn. So we'll jump in, kick straight into the next one, and we'll see how we go. So there's 1 loss off the back, straight off the bat, and then we'll see. So Lapras on the lead, so it'd be really good to get something. Yeah, so that's a decent lead for me. Let's see what move it's got. So weak connection is not ideal. So I will not shield this. We'll see how we go. So Dragon Claw does next to no damage. So I am going to throw the Surf here. So I won't shield this either. Dragon Claw's, again, not going to do too much damage. And now I'll throw the Surf. So questionable here. If they don't shield this, this makes it much more difficult, and they have shielded, so that's ideal for me. So let's see if I can get to this Ice Beam first, and I can. So if they don't now I'm hoping they don't shield. If I get a second shield, still good. No shield there. Perfect. I will not shield this either, because I don't want too much energy being on my Lapras when whatever comes in, and that way I can not get farmed down too much, but I'm sort of probably at a range where they're going to have to throw some energy. So I'm going to straight up Surf here, and see how we go. Hopefully, so we'll probably, oh no, so no second shield. So obviously not going to shield this up, let them throw that energy, and then I'll come into, so what did they have off the lead? So possibly I'm going to come into the Cresselia here. I'm going to actually not commit a shield here. So this is probably going to be the Earthquake, let's be honest. No, just the Hydro. So that's a good call to leave that one. So I'm fully expecting them to jump out of here, but so they're not. Interesting. Don't know what they've got in the back. So let's, so they've got, there's 1 shield, so happy days. So I think what I'm going to do is shield this next one up, so, because I do want to keep the Cresselia here. I expect this to be an Earthquake. No, just another Hydro Cannon bait. Very interesting. So I should be able to take out now. Oh, so really good switch on their part. Let's see what comes in now. Hopefully I can get a debuff here. Let's see. So it is the Alolan Muck, so not good for me at all, but I will be able to get to another Moonblast. Yeah, so able to get to another Moonblast. So it looks like it's got Poison fast move. Is it Poison Jab that its fast move is? Let's have a look. So I will shield this up, because obviously I need to, well, want to keep this in here. So got the Dark Pulse there. So we'll be able to, I'm just going to take this out, you know. Not going to over farm. I don't want to push my luck there, and then force in the Swampert. Let's see how the Swampert does. So the Swampert will still need to throw energy to take me out, and it won't be able to take me out with a Hydro Cannon from this range. Earthquake's going to go really, really close, but the Hydro Cannon's going to probably not take me out from this range, and then give me enough time to Moonblast as well. So that's really good. Oh, so they just got there. So we see MP tied there, and they got to the next Hydro Cannon, which means they will get to see my Giratina. But this is GG's right here. There's no way that they can take this match, and that's good game. So got a nice lead there. Was able to bait the shield, then throw my next charged attack and not have that shielded that did so much damage. So I'll jump in again and see what we've got. So choosing what to come into then really helped me out. So obviously they had the Alola Muck in the back, which I really did not want matched up against my Giratina. So that worked out all right. So this is a fairly bad match for me. So what I'm going to do is try and catch the rock slide, the rock throw there. So I'm not going to shield that, and let's see what comes in. So I fully expect this to be something coming in to counter me, which it is, which is really not ideal, but that's fine. So I don't expect that they're going to shield this, to be honest. So no shields required there. So they're probably, are they going to be able to farm me down before I can get there? They are. So I will just throw the next Dragon Claw, do a little bit of chip damage. So there was no way I was going to be able to get to another. Oof. So now come in with the Lapras, because the Lapras will be able to chunk away at this. So I will shield this up because it's going to be an Ancient Power, and I just don't want to take all that damage. So Ancient Power Rock typing is going to be super effective. It's a terrible move, but because it is super effective, yeah, I've got to watch for that. So I'm fully expecting the Melmetal to come back in, which it has. So this leaves me in a less than favourable position. So I'm going to swap this out. So all of Melmetal's moves are going to be resisted by... so this is interesting. So if I can get the debuff here, that really works in my favour. So basically this one is who gets the debuff first, and thankfully I managed to get it first, so that's really good for me. So no shield here. I'm hoping they don't debuff me. If I can not get debuff, oh, and they got the debuff on me as well, so that's not ideal. So that puts us back in neutral territory. Yeah, so got the second debuff, so that's amazing, absolutely amazing. So they're going to be able to get to their so they didn't get to their Moonblast first. So what they're doing is, I imagine they're going to switch out here. So possibly what I should have done is and got another debuff. So fully expect a swap here into their... Oh, and that does absolutely... And they've got another debuff as well. This is just ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is over-farm energy here and then swap into my Lapras. So no Surf here. I'm really hoping I don't get a debuff. So I'm going to throw out Surf because I fully expect them to switch. And then I will double Surf here and then shield up with... so they're throwing their rock slide as well. So this possibly was a bad play, because that gets rid of all their debuffs as well as my own. And apparently they got there before I did. So this is probably going to KO at this range. If it doesn't KO, it's going to get awfully close, and it does. So terrible move on my part to swap into the Lapras. 100% should have stayed in with the... yeah, so 100% should have stayed in with the... Cresselia v their Cresselia, because now it's probably going to time out here, and they're going to have 2 Pokemon to my 1. If I can get the debuff, which I can't, So they'll be throwing a rock slide here. It's going to take a reasonable chunk of my health off. So let's see this timer. So timer's not up yet. Can I get there before they do? Oh, so they've swapped into their own Cresselia here, which is good play on their part. Is it going to be enough to take it out? Probably not. And they're going to win because they've timed it out. Can I get this off? So this, will be interesting here. Let's see. So I'll KO this, but then their Melmetal's got more health than me, so they'll win. So timed out. So my big mistake there was swapping Lapras in. Terrible play. So let's jump into the next one and see how we go. So Giratina is not doing... So I think possibly Giratina on the lead is what I need. Just because my leads aren't doing terribly well. Let's see how we go. What have we got in the lead? So Scizor... again, awful lead. So they're going to be doing super effective, neutral damage. So they've swapped out. So what have they swapped into is the question. So probably something that is not going to need to worry about Surf. So that's a really good swap for me. So would have been even better had I not thrown Surf straight away. So this is just going to be the Ice Punch. Going to do it adds up, to be completely honest, because it just throws so fast. So if I can get a debuff here, so I think I managed to get all my debuffs in that last game, but let's see what we get. So no debuff, and I think I'm going to have to throw some energy here, otherwise they're going to get to another. Am I going to throw some energy or am I not, is the question. So Ice Punch up there, so fine. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they got there, so no shield. I'm just going to completely farm this down. The Ice Punch obviously adds up. So I fully expect the Scizor to come in, so I'm going to shield that up. Throwing the Night Slash there, so I'm going to throw a Moonblast, and then switch out into... Oof. So I think I'm actually going to do it. So this is horrible play. But anyway, so no shield here. I assume this is going to be another Night Slash. Oh, it's the Iron Head. So Iron Head's going to be neutral because obviously super effective against the ice typing, but resisted against water typing. So shielded that one up. So that's interesting. So I should be able to survive another Iron Head. I'm really hoping this is a Night Slash though, and they're trying to bait me, which it looks like they are, and hopefully they do not get the attack buff, which it looks like they did not. So happy days. Hopefully I can... Oh, so I've got another shield. So, and they've swapped again. So looks like what they're playing is to... trying to... If I can get there first, which I can't, frustratingly, I should be able to... So what I'm going to do is... So this is a questionable play. So get a little bit of extra energy, and then throw my Future Sight. So Future Sight at this range should be taking this out, I hope. Let's find out. So it does, yep. So one shot's there. So in comes the Scizor. And can I get to my Moonblast first? Oh, I cannot. Cannot get to it. So the Night Slash is going to take me out here. And now I'm going to be... so I need to farm up here. Hopefully I can farm this down, which I can. And then out comes the Poliwrath, fast move farm that down, so happy days. So I think what they were trying to do there is waste the clock, trying to keep all their stuff alive until the end, but I don't, yeah. Thankfully I had Future Sight to throw, so that did the job. So let's jump into the last one. See what we get. Again, I'd like a nice matchup, so I got really lucky there that they swapped into their Poliwrath. Because Poliwrath in the back was going to be an absolute... well, actually, Poliwrath in the back's not too bad now. So this is good for me, and I expect them to swap out. Let's see what they do. So keep an eye up in that top corner for... okay, so no swapping here. So I'm going to charge to the Ice Beam and then throw the Surf. I'm really hoping to get a shield here. If I don't get a shield... oh, that's not as good. So I will have to shield here. So I'm actually going to shield because they will get to an Ancient Power. And an Ancient Power at this point is going to take me out. And then I can apply pressure on, shield pressure on whatever comes in next. But at least then I will have one switch advantage. So let's see what comes out. So what is it coming out? So it's a Steel. Reggie's Steel. So that's... not ideal for me, but at least it does mean that they're going to have to use energy to take me out. They will be able to farm up a lot of energy here, but at least it means the lock-on damage is negligible, and they probably will, well, I don't know, Flash Cannon at this range is probably in range. We'll find out, because I think that's what they're doing, so I won't shield this up, and then I'll come in with my Giratina. So they are focus blasting, and I'm absolutely fine with that. So I'll come in with the Giratina, obviously, and be throwing straight Shadow Sneaks here. So their moves are not going to be hugely effective against me. So I imagine what they're going to do is switch this out. Be really interesting to see. So they have shielded, so that's interesting. So I'm not going to shield this. I would like to see how much... So Flash Cannon does do a reasonable amount. So they were up, obviously, a shield there. If I can get to this next Shadow Sneak, happy days, I can. Let's see if they go 2 shields. If they do go for a second shield, then obviously I will match it as well, because it probably means I've got something really weak to this in the back. So I'm going to 100% shield this up as well. Just so then I've got a reasonable amount of health in the back for whatever they do have. So, oh, and they got me on the switch there. So, burning this energy. Let's see what they have. What have they got? So, Snorlax in the back. So, this lick damage is not ideal for me. And it's not ideal for either of these. So, I'm going to actually go straight up Future Sight. So, at least the Body Slam spam is not going to be... doing too much damage. Let's be honest, it's more the lick damage. So I think I'm going to have to go for a Moonblast first, and then I'll probably go for a Future Sight to follow that one. Potentially double Moonblast is enough. I just don't think... I'm really hoping for a debuff here. Yeah, so that's not enough. So instead, a next one I will go for a Superpower. They may have saved up for an Earthquake there. An Earthquake is going to take me incredibly, incredibly low. So, no, just a Body Slam. So absolutely fine with that. So Future Sight now, just because that lick damage really, really adds up. So this is going to do a whole lot more. And so what I'm actually hoping for is for them to take me out here. So I do not want them to charge up and get any energy. So this is going to be a Flash Cannon, and they're going to be able to take me down low, and what I will actually do is charge over a fraction. So questionable there again. Probably could have gone for a second for a Dragon Claw, but it would have taken me awfully close, and they've licked me down, so that's not ideal. And now they can Body Slam. Body Slam's not going to be enough, but they may be able to lick me down from here without me getting to the yeah, so come on, Moonblast, get there. No, so over tap and they got the win. So definitely should have gone for double Dragon Claw, but I mean, it is what it is. So 2 and 3, not ideal. So I'm going to have to switch that team up again. Let's claim that reward, 21.39. So that's abysmal. So 21.28. So going down lower. So really hard matches there, and played a bit poorly and got some poor leads. So we'll see how we go. So thanks very much for watching. Hopefully it was useful for someone. See you in the next one. Bye for now.